part 2 with 2 eyelashes. Number 11, sensory deprivation tanks versus doing shrooms to address anxiety. I think I touched on this just a little bit in another video. I'm learning that that's a plus, especially people who want to do shrooms and are curious but not necessarily ready to take that first leap just yet, but they want to start working on the anxiety. I think that's a good way to get started. For those of y'all who don't know, a sensory deprivation tank is a float tank. They put thousands of pounds of salt in like this tub that you get in and float in. It's like real big. It's like a mini pool, but it's just filled with a whole bunch of salt, and you just get in it and you float. Some floats could be 30 minutes, they could be 45 minutes, they could be an hour. I personally think 45 minutes is enough time to float and think. I did an hour float before, and I was in there bored trying to count how many seconds it took for me to float from one end to the other and touch my fingers and toes. Like, yeah, I was in there not paying attention because I just didn't really have nothing else to think about. I was like, okay, I ran out of stuff to think about. Like, okay, I'm bored up in here. Again, I think it is a great way to get started. 12, I'm learning that you can't ignore your feelings, and when you try to run from them, that's when it gets worse. Sobriety helps when I may feel overstimulated because I use the same calming mechanisms to self-soothe. When I say calming mechanisms, I mean like things that just help me to be like, what am I feeling right now? Why do I feel this way? What triggered me to start feeling this way? Like, what was the turning point? What was the shift? What did I think about first that started this loop, that started me to go on this spiral? Things like that. I feel like when I'm sober and I be figuring my shit out, I be like, how did I get here and how am I going to get out? What ways can I get out? How can I finesse getting out of whatever situation I'm in that I don't necessarily want to be in, or, you know, the feeling that I'm having that's just not enjoyable at the time. 13, the smell of shrooms, the good ones. I know I keep talking about this in multiple videos, but I'm just convinced that when shrooms be good, they got a smell to them, or there is a lack thereof of a smell. I think the best shrooms I ever smelled, they smelled like Cheetos to a degree, and it was weird because them shrooms had me higher than I ever been before in my life, and it was just like they just smelled so damn good. Like, that's what I remember the most about them. They was real clean, they had some good bruising on them, and it was just perfection. Okay, it was perfection. 14, I'm starting to realize the ignorance people blindly believe and how more people are open to the conversation about shrooms and it not being so taboo anymore. I love that the most. The it not being taboo, not the ignorance, because child, the ignorance just be running rampant and I don't be getting it. The level of ignorance that's just not rooted in personal experience, not rooted in any type of knowledge, not rooted in any type of credible source. You can't provide an article link to support what you're saying. You can't show me no scholarly journals. You can't show me a documentary. And it's just like, people really just be coming up with this wild ass shit that they pulled out of their ass. And they just be believing it. And child. Alright, yeah. Moving on. 15, I'm understanding for real how willing people are to try things. When I share my experience, I feel like it makes people comfortable to share theirs, and it starts the conversation. Not only do people be sharing their experience, like let's say if they haven't done shrooms, they will share their experience with doing other substances. A lot of times, what's most common is that people compare their experiences with like popping pills and trying to use that, or smoking weed and trying to use that to understand the relationship or the experience with shrooms as it pertains to my experience. And so like people who smoke weed, I could kind of go along with that. People who drink, I could go along with that too. I personally never popped the pill. I told y'all why. I gave y'all that video. If y'all need to go rewatch it, I'll put it in the link below. But I'm just noticing that people are starting to be more honest about how different substances make them feel and the reactions that they have off of them, you know, the long term. And I feel like it really just started the conversation in a way that is resourceful, not only for them because they get a difference of perspective, but I get a difference of perspective too. So I very much so fuck with that. I love that the conversations are just being had. It's not something that's like a whisper thing like,
you do this?
Yeah, I do that too.
Alright, well that'll just be our little secret.
For me, I'm sorry, it's just not a secret. I get that some people like, you know, to be discreet with they shit or whatever they do, but it's like, I'll shut up about you, but I don't have no plans on shutting up about me. Like, yeah. I got my own wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of at a point where I just can't hide it anymore. A basic Google search of psychedelic mushroom videos, and boom, there I am. So this next one, it kind of got like bullet points to go along with it, because it's a lot that go with this. The things that I learned from going viral and my experience just this year in general, it's been an eye-opener. One, keep stepping on the other side of fear. When I posted the video of me eating those psychedelic mushrooms for 60 seconds, I literally was at home watching a ayahuasca movie, and something within me was just like, bro, you're doing your shit with your mushroom channel. I know you scared to post this video, but like the shit you be posting in your private, make it public. Like, live out loud, do your shit. And so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna post it on Facebook and we just gonna see what happens. Post that shit on Facebook, and I've been on the road ever since. I took my little break or whatever, but I just been on the road ever since. Every year I'm gonna celebrate my Shroomversary. It's gonna be a national holiday one day. Shroombae's Shroomversary. Maybe I'll do an event. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So keep stepping on the other side of fear. There's nothing over there except progress, growth, exposure. There's a community on the other side of that. And that's another bullet point. Your community and your tribe is out there. When you stop being scared and you speak up, you use your voice, you use your experience, you tell your story, your tribe, your community will find you. And they will embrace you, and they will love you, and they will push you, and they will encourage you, and it'll just be a way for you and other people to come together and learn and keep going. I think I like that. One of the things that I like the absolute most from me going viral, I fucking love that. The next thing on the viral list, motion is not contagious, and it can slow down. Yeah, okay, you went viral one time, but it's like, can you produce that again? Like, yes, I can go eat a whole bunch of mushrooms all over again and start up the frenzy, or repost the video and, you know, now it's in circulation again. And, you know, of course I could do all of those things, but in the same breath, what I'm getting at with consistency is, can you push out thought-provoking, conversation-starting content that has the same motion as what you originally posted? Can you be consistent with the ways in which you intend on spreading your message and getting your name out there? And it's like, yes, I can definitely do that. I can do that in a multitude of ways, and in a way that is healthy and fun and positive for me. Like, I absolutely love that aspect of it, and I very much so am enjoying that part. But then there's this video that I saw on Instagram, and it said, just because your homeboy got some motion don't mean you got some motion, so get your ass up and go get you some money with your broke butt. Just because your friends got some motion don't mean you got some motion. So get your ass up and work on your dreams and tell your story and do your shit. Stop trying to piggyback off of the next motherfucker and gain clout and do all this extra shit. And like, oh, I know that. Okay, you know them, but so what? What are you doing? What contribution are you making? Motion is not contagious. Motion is not contagious at all. Everybody needs to get on their own wave. And if you ain't got on your own wave, you're going to drown trying to ride the next person's wave, because you never know what's coming next. I also learned that it's easy to tell the difference between people who genuinely fuck with you, people who riding with you, people who support you and who support the movement. Fuck the motion. It's a movement. When you move, they moving with you, they supporting you, they encouraging you, things like that. Like, you can tell the difference between them, a perpetrator, and a hater. It's always gonna be very clear and very easy to tell. Some people just want to learn from you and be in your space, and them the type of people that you want. Then you got other people who trying to benefit off of you. You can tell the difference. Another thing that I learned from going viral, a lot of people took the word of people with zero experience. Like, people who didn't know what the fuck they was talking about in the comments. All of that information came from people who never did shrooms before. They ain't never touched a shroom, ain't never seen one in real life, don't know what it smelled like, don't know what it looked like, can't name 3 different strands. Like, Y'all just listen to anything and be believing it, and I hate that for y'all. But it's a lot of people like that, and yeah. Another thing, I kind of said this already, keep going, keep learning, keep sharing. Stay true to yourself. These videos are easy for me to make because I'm literally just being myself. The way I break shit down to y'all when I'm explaining stuff, the way that I express myself, I'm the person that I am on this video with y'all is the person that I am to my friends. As understanding and as gentle and as real and as straightforward as I be on these videos is exactly how I am in person. So when people, that's part of another reason why I am iffy about collabing with people, because when the camera gets turned on, people become a different person. They either do too much, they don't be themselves, or they clam up. And it's like, no, if I choose to collab with you, it's because I fuck with your authenticity off camera. And if you could still be yourself on camera, that looks good for you, it look good for your brand, it look good for whatever you got going on. It's a connection that people can anticipate if they were to meet you in person. If somebody was to meet me in person, like, hey, I want to comb through some, some shroom shit that I heard, I seen a couple of your videos, because to be honest with you, I don't expect everybody to watch all of them. I know who watch all my videos, and y'all I fuck with 100%. But it's some people who watch my videos, they sparingly here and there, but then they still have their questions. And they'd be like, can I ask you something real quick? Yeah, what's up? Come on, let's bust it down. What is it? We chop it up. And they'd be like, damn, she was cool as fuck. Like, she was cool as fuck. Like, yeah, like when I be meeting people from TikTok and Instagram and all that shit, when I be out running around, like it been plenty of times when I've been in the gas station and somebody be like, you be on TikTok, don't you? Maybe. What you seen? Yeah, that was me. What up, cousin? You know what I'm saying? Like, the person that I am is because I do not care to be anything other than myself. And I want y'all to understand that too. Do not deviate from who you are, what you like, what you into. Be your authentic self, because what's meant for you in life will never find you if you're not being yourself. If you're not being yourself, what's meant to come to you won't come, because it doesn't recognize that you are what it's looking for. Next thing, in general, people love drugs. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. People love drugs. People be going through shit. They be like, you know what? I need a blunt. People be going through shit. I want to try some new shit. I want to do an adventure. Let's pop a pill. Let's do some shrooms. Let's do some acid. And I'm just like, the number of people who love drugs, from recreational to prescription to psychedelic to like mystery shit. People love drugs. It's weird, but hey, it works. And there's always somebody who does them. Like, it doesn't matter where you are. Like, if I'm in a room with 10 people, a good 8.5 out of them 10 people done did drugs or do drugs. From nicotine all the way up to heroin, meth, coke, crack, something. Somebody do something. Pop pills, something. Somebody do something. Substance use is very common. And then last but not least, on what I learned from going viral, point number 16, everybody want to collab, but nobody is camera or payment ready. In the business world, collaborations and partnerships, that shit is not free. Promotion is not free. People do not work with people who are not working on their own things. That is not free. Shout outs are not free. And the time, attention, money, and resources that go into putting together events, editing, those have a cost. They just do. Like, everybody want to collab because you hot, but it's like you gotta pick and choose who and what is beneficial for your brand. Who and what is beneficial for your platform. Does this person have their own platform that they consistent with? Does this person put in work? Are you gonna have to hassle them to share your content? Have they already shared your content? These are all things to consider. When you go viral, you're going to have a lot of people who come in your inbox and they just want to be in your space and say they know you and say they got a connection. Carefully and pay attention. That's all I'm going to say. Moving on. Number 17. The documentaries and movies help a lot. They help a lot of the things people say in them makes sense. When you're on the outside and you experiencing something prior to watching movies and documentaries about what you're doing, in retrospect, you have the ability to sit back and be like,
damn, that did happen. That's why that was, now, okay, that makes fucking sense. Okay, yes, 2 and 2
like that, but also too, now that I've had that experience, it's like, I need to find a new documentary to watch. I need more information to absorb so that I can know some other things that I may potentially expect or be excited for. Like, now I got a reason to do it again. Like, okay, is this going to be the time where I feel like this is what's going on? Because they talked about it in this documentary. They talked about it in this movie. Like, is it going to be my turn for that? Yeah? No? All right. Maybe 3 shroom trips later. I don't know. All right. Okay. Well, put it in the bag of tricks. We'll see if it comes out this time. It's something that excites me. It gives me things to look forward to. So, I love that. 18. I want to try ayahuasca. I want to have a deeper emotional purge. I want to experience that with the help of a psychotherapist. I would love to meet Gabar. I know I talked to y'all about him. And just see what come up. By any means, am I perfect? Not at all. And I understand that although I feel like a lot of the times when I do shrooms, like if I feel like I need to deal with some shit and just have a RNS with myself, you know, I could do that off shrooms, but I'm like, nah, I wonder what would happen off ayahuasca, because that's just way more intense. For those of y'all who are unfamiliar, I have not explained this on my channel just yet. Ayahuasca is the combination of a vine and a leaf. It is put together in a pot and it is boiled down to create like a tea. It kind of looks like tobacco in a bottle or black coffee. They pour it in a bottle and you take like maybe a shot worth of it. It's very strong, but it is very sacred. They use tobacco and they smoke over it as like an offering. There are shamans that lead ayahuasca ceremonies, and a lot of people who go to these retreats, it's really so that they could just do some very deep diving mentally and like just get all the gunk out, if that makes sense. And so I feel like I've done a lot of work to get gunk out, but I feel like it's still some gunk there. I kind of look at ayahuasca as like the colon cleanse of psychedelics, except you don't got to keep going back. You do that shit probably like maybe 1 or 2 times, and the root of your bullshit and your problems, what you go through mentally, is gonna just all unfold and begin the process of getting unpacked. And so, you know, my curiosity is really where that's taken me, but just to be able to have that entire experience. They have ayahuasca retreats here in the States. I'm not interested in that. I would much prefer to go to an ayahuasca retreat in another country. Which country, I'm not 100% sure just yet. But as I figure that out, if I do choose to go down that path, we'll see if I share that. I don't know. You gotta see what happens, what comes up. But nonetheless, I'll probably document it somewhere along the line. But yeah, I want to try ayahuasca. All right, number 19. I am learning that I love nature and being close to water a lot more. It's calming in a good way, and it's a way for me to ground myself. I have always loved water, but not necessarily nature for real. Like, I'll go on a walk, I'll go for a run type of shit. I sit outside, you know, breathe in the cool air, and fall is my favorite season. But I was never really like one of those people who's just like, I love nature, let's go outside with the bugs. No, absolutely the fuck not. That was not me. I was actually allergic to grass as a kid. That shit was a dub. I hated being outside for real. I was a fucking Girl Scout. Them motherfuckers made us go camping. I hated that shit until we got to the cabins that was indoor, and I was like, cool, I could do this, because that sleeping bag shit is over with. Cook curtains, my dog. No, over with. No thanks. Now that I'm on this like mushroom journey, I just have like a greater appreciation for it, especially since I went to Mississippi and I saw mushrooms like turkey tails growing like right the fuck in front of me. I was so fucking ecstatic. Don't get me wrong, where we was at, I was like itching. I was 2 seconds away from an allergic reaction. Something bit me on my face. I had fucking bumps. I was scratching my life away. But I didn't care because I found 2 different types of mushrooms in the wild. And I was like, I am 1 step closer to fulfilling my life's path. I fucking found I really wanted to just tear a piece of them turkey tail mushrooms off of that tree that it was growing off of and just eat it. And I saw 2 different types of turkey tail mushrooms. I was so fucking excited. But am I a tree hugger? Nah, not yet. Probably be there by the summer. I don't know. But yeah, like I I fuck with that for sure. I fuck with nature a lot more. And last but certainly not least, number 20, learning about shrooms has been a confidence booster for me, mentally, community-wise, and interpersonally. Starting to realize that as I get older, I'm becoming more introverted and more aware when I'm in sponge mode. When I'm learning about mushrooms, I'm really in sponge mode. I'm just soaking everything up, writing down so many notes and things that I don't know about, that I'm questioning, so that I could just have some clarity. I like to tweet when I watch movies or when I watch documentaries, because I feel like it's a way for me to go back and look over stuff, and on top of the notes that I may be handwriting, because as y'all can tell, I like to handwrite my notes. But yeah, the confidence definitely up there. Post-car accident, I like learning about things. Reading is way fucking easier, so I do a whole lot more of it. There's just power in silence. There's power in calmness. There's power in stillness. I am enjoying the space that I'm creating to learn and explore not only my mind, but just in general as a person, like exploring nature, exploring different cities, exploring different countries. Everywhere you go, there's a mushroom there. I genuinely feel like mushrooms are gonna be the thing that save the fucking world. And it's like, alright, you milking it, that's a reach. But no, seriously, like, the more I learn about mushrooms, the more I fuck with them, the more I appreciate them. Like, not only are they good for your health, I love psychedelics, but when it comes to nature, like, the mushrooms are the decomposers of the world. There is a mushroom that feeds off of the main ingredient that's used to make plastic. So it's like, you got mushrooms out here that's doing a lot of decomposing. There's a mushroom that clean up oil spills. There's a mushroom that feed off of plastic. There's mushrooms that decompose foods and insects and dead things in the wild and in nature. Like, it's so many good things about mushrooms. Yes, I fuck with this. I'm appreciative of this journey that I'm on. I love learning. My confidence and my intelligence is just going up a notch every single time. That in itself just is so satisfying. It's so rewarding. I don't know how else to express my gratitude and my excitement, but yeah, this has been the 20 things that I have learned from my mushroom journey currently. As I continue on this journey, I'm gonna continue to update y'all, maybe like end of the year type of thing, or maybe I'll make it a thing for my anniversary or something. I don't know, but I am gonna continue to keep updating y'all about the things I'm learning. If you like this video, as always, give it a mother thumbs up, okay? Give it a thumbs up, comment, like, and subscribe, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Peace out.